And welcome back to episode 129 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm Suns Out, Guns Out King.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Cliff? How you feeling?
Shit, I'm cool. How about you, my G?
Man, I can't complain. It's a beautiful day when you're not in the playoffs. You're just relaxing.
When you at home, when you on the banana boat.
On the banana boat, But what we got this evening, my good sir?
We got a few things this evening. You know what? First off, I wanna start it off with a congratulations to Gervonta Tank Davis. He got the 6th round TKO over Rolando Rolly Romero. Tank is now 27-0, 25 KOs. Rolly's 14-1, 12 KOs. I had it in the 5th from what was that, 2 weeks ago, last Saturday's episode. I did have him taking him out in the 5th. But I think Mikey Garcia's older brother Robert was correct. He said it best. He said Tank was fighting a tentative fight. He said he don't think it was because he was scared by any means. He just knew that because Rolly was so inexperienced, that one shot was going to open up. He was going to be able to wait it out until he gave him his opening, and that's exactly what it seemed like he did. He said if he wanted to come out aggressive, he would have took him out of there in 2 rounds. That's what Robert Garcia said, and I agree. I do agree with him. I just don't think that Tank can fight that style of fight with any of the top guys at 130 or 135. Can't do that with Haney. Can't do that with Kambosos. You can't do that with Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson. I don't even know if you can do that with Ryan Garcia. Like, you can't afford to wait around. You have to find that balance of output and studying, taking input, what he's doing opposite of you. And I don't think that he's quite shown us an all-around performance yet. Because I know before he was knocking motherfuckers out within 3 and 4 rounds, Mayweather had him slow down. That's what he was pushing into his head before that Mario Barrios fight where he jumped up to 140. He was trying to get him to relax and use all the rounds that he had available, type shit. Like, use all 12 rounds. You don't got to win it in the first 4.
Right. And
that's what it looked like he was using that strategy in this past fight, because he just wasn't throwing like he usually does. It was more so he was downloading information than going out there for the kill. And that's the one thing about Mayweather, though, right? Is Mayweather could take 4 rounds off to download information, but he was still throwing shots when he saw openings.
Right.
Tank was kind of waiting around a little too much for my liking. But congratulations nonetheless. I really didn't see the fight going any other way. I didn't see Rolly with a chance of winning it other than a puncher's chance. And even still, we haven't really seen Tank hurt like that. He's gotten caught, but I've never seen him wobbled. So, I don't know if that was the best game plan on Rolly's behalf going in anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did. I just wanted to point that out.
Rolly is trash. Let's talk about how the fact, for those who have seen it, they'll know. For those who have not seen it, look it up on YouTube. Rolly got dropped like Martin did by Tommy Her off that episode. Okay, Cliff.
They had that meme up.
He did, didn't they? He did all that talking. He had the better, game and talk and bullshit.
Right.
And ultimately, he got his ass kicked.
He got Martin's. He got Martin Lawrence. They had it up side by side on the internet. Did you see the one where he was leaning in the ropes and they had Rey Mysterio running, about to do the, what is it? The
619?
Yeah. About to do that. Yeah, they had a whole bunch of Rolly memes up after that knockout, man. Everybody was talking about it was an early stoppage, too, that the ref shouldn't have stopped that fight. It would have been a murder charge if the ref would have allowed him to go back out there and fight. His legs were wobbly. He didn't know where he was. All credit to him and respect for getting up and trying to continue on the fight. But you let somebody on Bambi legs like that back out with Tank Davis to finish a round, that could have been a very serious injury for him. So I'm glad that the ref did stop the fight when they did. Anybody who's saying it was stopped early is dumb. That's just pure stupidity. That was a good stoppage.
Yeah, that was bad. Good luck next time, Rolly.
I heard he pointed at Ryan Garcia after the fight and said, "You're next."
Rolly said that, or you're
Tank,
saying?
why would Rolly say that and he ain't?
Okay, that's what I was trying to win. Right.
Tank said that. I don't know if that I don't. We've talked about it, and I like Ryan Garcia. I still don't think he's ready for Tank Davis. I think that's another easy fight for him. I think if you're trying to take the training wheels off, you would skip over Ryan Garcia and make that fight a little further down the line. But there was talks of him taking the winner of this Haney Kambosos fight coming up. I would like to see that. I would like to see Tank and Haney fight. I would like to see Tank and Teofimo Lopez fight, Tank and Lomachenko fight, but I'm not ready for a Tank Ryan Garcia.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I do think Ryan Garcia is more skilled than Rolly Romero, even though Rolly touched him up in sparring. That's out there on YouTube. But he's not ready for Tank. And I feel like Tank, that'd be another somewhat easy fight if he was to take that.
Right.
That's not taking the training wheels off. So Tank, step it up, getting that Haney Kambosos fight, go for undisputed. That makes the most sense to me. Especially if they're gonna give it to you, you don't gotta keep the belts. You could get them at 135, vacate, move up to 140, or move down to 130 and see Shakur like he been talking.
Right.
But either way, it's about time he starts stepping up his level of opposition, because Ryan Garcia is not one that gets me excited. But speaking of Ryan Garcia, he will not be facing Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who is 23-2, 16 KOs, just coming off of that win against Yorkis Gamboa. I think that was a 5th or 6th round knockout. Garcia instead will fight Javier Fortuna. He is 37-3 with 26 knockouts. Even though Javier Fortuna is more experienced than Isaac Pitbull Cruz, I still think that this is an easier fight, him taking the Fortuna fight. Fortuna gets hit entirely too much. And that Jojo Diaz fight, he lost to Jojo in. He was getting touched up, like hit with some clean punches. If Ryan connects with those same punches, it's lights out for Fortuna. So I'm not gonna say I'm not interested in the fight. I was just a lot more excited to see Ryan and Pitbull fight than Ryan and Javier. Still gonna be a good fight that's set for July 16th. I'm sure I'll watch it. Even though I do see Ryan taking that one.
You think Ryan will win?
Yeah, I think Ryan got Javier Fortuna. For sure. And then lastly, on the boxing tip, the meat and potatoes, the Devin Haney, George Kambosos. That's for undisputed. That's for all the belts right there. That's Devin Haney 27-0, 15 KOs against George Kambosos 20-0, 10 KOs for all the belts in Melbourne, Australia's Marvel Stadium.
Okay.
Yep, and because Haney is going into enemy territory, the only way I see him getting a victory is if he pitches a shutout and wins all 12 rounds. Or wins 10 out of 12 rounds. But if he wins, if it's even 9-3, I guarantee they're gonna give him a draw. They're gonna call it a draw. They want their hometown fighter to keep them belts. So unless Haney knocks him out or pitches a shutout, I'm telling you it's going to be a draw or it's going to be a loss. To all my shower heads out there, I put my money down for the draw.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a draw unless Haney can absolutely take Kambosos to school. I don't see it going any other way. I don't see him giving him a loss if you can clearly see Haney was winning that fight, but I can definitely see them trying to say it's a tie.
Right. Yeah, based off what you said, I could see that, potentially being an outcome.
And Kambosos is too good for Haney to pitch a 10-2 round win. I won't say that, right? Because Shakur Stevenson just did it to what's your boy's name? Oscar Valdez. He just did it to Valdez, and Valdez was up there as one of my top fighters as well. So Shakur gave you the game plan. Shakur gave Devin a game plan on how to beat a Kambosos. So if he does what Shakur does, there's no way they cannot give it to Devin. But if Kambosos gets his little scrappy ass in there and starts throwing some with Devin, and Devin, I think, is the chinniest young fighter we have right now, Kambosos has a chance to look good in a few of those rounds.
Kambosos. So do you think, I know you think it's going to be a draw, so you think it obviously goes 12 rounds and it just becomes a draw?
I don't see, okay, so let me clear that up, right?
Yeah.
I bet on a draw.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think it's going to be a draw. I think Devin has enough to get the win.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, I don't think that anybody's taking into account the fact that he's halfway across the world in Australia.
Right.
There's a reason he wanted his fight on his home turf.
Mm-hmm.
And he has more belts.
Right.
So it's, when it's a championship fight, they say if you're going to beat the champion, you have to take his belt. You can't just beat him on points. You have to take that man's belt. You have to knock out the champ or make the champ look bad to overthrow the champ. Now, they're both champions, but right now, Kambosos has 3 of the 4 belts. So he's essentially the champ and Haney's the underdog. I won't call him the underdog, but I'll say Haney's the one that has to take George's belts, not vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it sounds like.
Right, and being in Australia, that's going to make it for a lot harder of a fight. Not to mention that Australia's been playing mind games as well, because Devin Haney's dad, who's always in his corner, was just granted a visa to fly over for his son's fight a few hours ago.
Oh, last minute?
Yeah, like yesterday type shit.
That's lame.
Like, so he didn't get the chance to train with his dad for the week or anything like that. And then last minute you say, it's okay, it's that he can come.
So that's who he trains with is his father?
That's not his trainer. But his father is always in his corner, always there when he trains.
Basically, like if you was a boxer, obviously some shit your dad would be on.
Right. My dad probably wouldn't be my trainer, but he would be in there with my trainer.
He's a right-hand man to the trainer.
Right. Devin Haney's dad ain't a fighter. He didn't fight before.
Gotcha.
So he it's not much he can teach his son, but he is there for, the support, the fatherly love, the get your mind right and, shit like that.
I'm here with you, win, lose, or draw.
Right, and Haney loved his dad. He has his face tatted on his leg.
Oh, so they're real close.
Yeah, they're extremely close. So I'm telling you, Australia knew what it was when they weren't allowing him into the country for training leading up to the fight. That wasn't by coincidence.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting, Cliff.
Which is another thing that pushes me towards the draw, right? Because if you're willing to play, like, those are kind of fucked up tactics, right?
Right.
Like, if you're willing to play outside the rules, so to speak, it's not like against the rules, but that's a fucked up thing to do to somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you want to beat him, have his whole team there.
Right.
Why
Freedom
would
to
you? Right. Why would you deny access to certain members of his team in you trying to
try to
get all
limit
the
him.
wins you can get?
Trying to limit him.
Right. So I feel like because they doing shit like that, the whole country is behind that man. The whole country is behind him. So I couldn't imagine that the judges wouldn't be as well. Haney's going to have to show out to get the win tonight.
Right.
Period.
Well, good luck to both men, but I'm pulling for Haney if it comes down to a decision.
You know I'm going with Haney. Got to go with Haney. If I'm giving a prediction, I think it goes 12. I really don't think Haney knocks him out. It's possible, but I don't think Haney knocks him out. If Teofimo Lopez could knock him out, who I think has a lot more power than Devin Haney. But T.O. also didn't look like himself either in that fight. I was saying that as well. But I still don't think T.O. would have knocked him out even if he was even if he looked better than he did in that fight. So yeah, I don't see Haney getting a knockout unless it's like one of those tank punches where he walked right into it, didn't see it coming type shit. That's the only way Haney gets the knockout. He's not a puncher.
Okay, I see.
He's a point man. He's like a Floyd. He's going to wear you out in there. He's not going to get you out of there.
He's trying to wear you down.
Right. He's going to beat you off points. And he never gets tired like that. But like I said, he's the chinniest young dude we got out there currently. So if Kambosos catches him clean, that's different. I've never seen him on the canvas. I don't think nobody's ever knocked him down in his professional career. But he is very chinny. He's been wobbled a few times. He got wobbled in that Jojo Diaz fight. He got wobbled in that Yorkis Gamboa's fight. I think that may be it. I can't think of another time that I've seen him on Bambi legs, but he was dancing back to the corner a few times. So I just hope he keeps the distance enough to stay away from George to be able to pull it off. I think he can. I'm still going with Devin for the win by decision. If he does get the win by decision, of course it's going to be split. I don't see it being unanimous. I think they have at least one judge in there from Australia, so I think he's going to rock with Kambosos regardless.
Right.
But good luck to Haney. Congrats to Gervonta. Other than that, in I guess since we on boxing, I'll just put it out there. Cool boy Stephen Fulton Jr. fights tonight as well. He's 20-0 with 8 KOs. He's fighting Daniel Roman, who's 29-3 with 1 draw, 10 KOs. That's on Showtime pay-per-view tonight. It might not even be pay-per-view. That might just be flat-out Showtime. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But that's going to be a good one, too. I definitely like Stephen Fulton Jr. So anybody with the Showtime app should definitely check that out. And then we got the rematch of Nonito Donaire and Naoya Inoue. Donaire is 42-6, 28 KOs. Inoue is 22-0, 19 KOs. That man's a monster, man. He won the first fight, so I'm surprised Donaire gave him another rematch. He's the older fighter. I will say Donaire did rock Inoue in the 9th round, but it wasn't enough. He got dropped in the 11th with a body shot, and he ran halfway across the ring after he took it. I don't see any way that he beats Inoue.
No chance.
No, ain't no chance. That Japanese motherfucker is too good.
That match is tonight, Cliff?
Nah, that's on Tuesday. That's on June 7th. Yeah, that's the rematch joint. That's going to be a good fight, too. That's going to be fireworks. But I don't see any way that Donaire beats him. I think Inoue wins that again by decision. I don't think there's any knockout involved, but I do think he wins by decision. But that's the last I really have for upcoming fights. Everything else is out a little bit further. So In unfortunate news, I guess we can point out former Dallas Cowboys running back Marion Barber found dead at age 38.
Mm.
Shame.
Yeah, that's tough.
And I don't think nobody know why he died either. I couldn't find it. I was looking. I couldn't find it nowhere.
Yeah, I'm looking, and I don't see.
All I saw was found dead in his apartment at age 38. But none of the articles that I saw explain how or what happened. I don't know.
Yeah, I see an article now. Let me see. On NFL.com, just glancing. Yeah, tragic death, 38. I see statements from people's families, different stuff. Medical examiner office are investigating an unattended death at the location. Yeah, nothing's out there yet.
Yeah, right. I knew
So,
if I couldn't find it, nobody said nothing.
right. Yeah. So heavenly hit the showers to him.
Yeah, hit him in that one way, hang him up, my G. He had a good run of things too. He was a beast.
He was for a little bit. He was not bad.
Yeah, he was a beast.
Yeah,
no, I just prayers to his family and all that. I hope it wasn't no foul play or anything crazy involved in it. And at the end of the day, I guess it is what it is. But that's just some rough news.
Yeah, that's pretty. Because there was another, I don't know, who was it? There's been a couple ex players lately. I feel like dying. That are not that old at all. Like, what was it? One of the wide receivers for somebody not too long ago. We had talked about something similar. But anyways, yeah, man, it's just
one of the wide receivers. What, that somebody died or found dead or
yeah, died. It was somebody, man. We had just talked about him on a podcast probably like a month ago or so.
Not Haskins.
No, that's of course the quarterback. But no, there was somebody else, man. That's gonna blow my mind on who it was. And I don't remember what team. I don't know if it was somebody on the Falcons or who. I don't remember who it was, man. But the point is, yeah, it's crazy, man. A lot of these guys lately have been dying unexpectedly. It seems like, and they're not that old, former players. So
I mean, but I don't know if it's like anything new,
It could be coincidental. Yeah, it might not be anything new, but I think it stands out to me because these are guys that, like, I guess we kind of, in a sense, grew up on or like remember seeing play, rather than like old, like But
yeah, once again, I don't think it's anything new. I just think the fact that we have access to immediate information.
That's true.
With the devices and the phones that we have nowadays, you got to think as soon as they send a report of him being dead, the internet catches that, and that's out there.
Right. Yeah, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I mean, but that's all you can say. Rest in peace. Like I said, prayers to family. It's shit.
Man,
I mean, but what was you about to say?
I was gonna say I was looking here. Oh shit! Nah, I gotta refine it. Go ahead. You can say what you're gonna say. I gotta refine the article. Go ahead.
We off that though. We off that. I did want to bring up because I've been one of them guys. I wish Les was on because I've been one of them guys to say that I don't think that we see Lamar Jackson in Baltimore too much longer, right? Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator Greg Roman announces adding things that are new to the Ravens offense. Now, I read the article. They said they were changing 20% of the Ravens offense, keeping 80%. And the article made a good point saying, like, so what are you changing then? Like, what's the point of an announcement, right? Because everybody's supposed to make updates to their playbook every year.
Right.
And that's what it said in the article. Like, it would be more concerning if they weren't making any changes to their playbook. So the fact that they're announcing it is weird. But then I got to thinking, like, I wonder what this means as far as like the 20-cent changes. And he was basically saying that once Lamar gets back, he's going to have some work to do learning the new shit. First thought came to my mind is I hope that means that you're not going to run him as much.
Right.
You know, like him running is different. You know, an impromptu run is different than a design play where you having him bootleg or run up the middle on you fake handoff. Like that shit is old. Like that's old. He's worth too much for y'all to be running him like that and potentially getting him hurt. He's already been upset. Y'all haven't given him any targets. Y'all haven't gotten anybody new for him to throw to. And he hadn't been attending any of the
OTAs.
Right.
So I seen a statement, Cliff, supposedly, of course, by Lamar Jackson that said, don't worry, you know, I'm going to play. I eventually I will be there. So he definitely is frustrated. Clearly, he's mad. But I don't know what his future holds. Like you said, does it turn into an Aaron Rodgers situation?
I think it does.
You know what I mean?
I think it does turn into an Aaron Rodgers situation. I think the only difference is he doesn't stay around to wait.
So you think he's gone?
Not just yet, you know what I'm saying? Like, but within the next 2 years, like I don't see him playing any more than 2 seasons with the Ravens. Unless they make a turnaround. All I can see is this season and next season, possibly. But unless they make a turnaround, start getting people for him to target, I definitely think he's out of there. And then think about it. What could the 20% change to the playbook be if you didn't get him any wide receivers to throw to?
Right.
So basically you're saying that he going to have to put it on his back again.
Yeah, they're running him ragged.
I don't think he's liking it. They do have a mandatory mini camp coming up on June 14th through the 16th. So we'll see if he shows up to that. But
so OTAs, are they typically optional?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it stands for, optional team?
No, organized team activities.
Okay.
But they are optional.
It just looks bad. It's one of those unspoken rules in football where it's like
for the quarterback.
You think so? Like,
yeah, for the quarterback, you're the leader of the team. Like you got to think it's new cats coming in every year.
That's true.
So that's your opportunity to introduce, get to know whatever you need to do with them new cats, get your flow together. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So for a quarterback, and that's what it said in the article as well, I think it said that it's not the first time a quarterback's, hasn't gone to OTAs. Like, that's not anything new. But given all of the other surrounding information that we know about the situation, I think that then there's cause for alarm.
Yeah, he lost, Hollywood Brown.
Yep. Marquise Brown, that was the biggest loss, but I feel like there was somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. They still have Mark Ingram, or did he end up going back to New Orleans? I can't remember.
That's a good question too.
I gotta look it up. That's gonna bug me now.
Yeah, that's a good question too. But back to, I can't remember who else they lost, but back to what I was saying, if that 20% that you're changing of the Ravens offense is supposed to be passing of the ball, who is that then supposed to be too?
Right. Who's your he's back on the Saints. Okay. Mark Ingram. Yeah.
They still got Andrews though, don't they?
Mark Andrews? Yeah, whatever happened. Yeah, whatever happened to him? I ain't been hearing about him. Mark Andrews, yep, still on the right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But that's not enough. Because remember, you always try to add Darren Waller when you talk about the Raiders, and I always tell you that is not a wide receiver.
Yeah, Cliff,
yes, that's an option, but that's not a wide receiver. That's not what we're talking about here.
Well, but I think the game has evolved with the position at tight end, right? Clearly, right? Like some of these guys are catching balls just as much, damn near, or almost as much as a wide, like Kyle Pitts.
But we explained that. Probably. Well, Kyle Pitts is different, right? Because they use him differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not using him always for
Or like
standard
Gronk.
tight end duties. You know, Kyle Pitts sitting down there banging around, blocking all the time. They'll even line him out wide so he can use his speed to get open.
Right.
So
What
him, that's a bad. I would say that's a bad.
What about Gronkowski?
Example.
Greg Kittle.
Gronk was made to be a real tight end.
Zach Ertz.
Once again, somebody made to be a real tight end, made to come down and bang somebody if I got a block, but I still got good enough hands to run a route. But Waller is a little different as well because he's one of the... He might be the fastest tight end in the league.
Hey, Siri.
I know he runs a 4.4, but...
Hey, Siri, who's the fastest tight end in the NFL?
There are 92 players on the Titans.
Yeah, I don't think Siri would be able to...
She thought I said the Titans instead of tight ends.
Oh.
I can see that, though.
Yeah, but I don't think Siri would be able to answer that anyway, but I do think he is the fastest. I know he runs a 4.4. They were saying he's faster than some wide receivers out there.
So...
And what is he? 6'4"?
It's actually
6'5"?
some guy named Chigo Zion Okonkwo.
Okan.
You know who that is, apparently?
Not for the Panthers.
I don't know who he plays for, but his 40-yard dash time was first place and was 4.54 seconds.
Not for the Panthers. I don't think he was for the Panthers.
I'm looking to try to
4 point. What'd you say?
4.54.
That's higher than a 4.4, Joe.
No, I said he ran a 4.54. Well, who are you saying ran a 4.4?
Darren Waller.
You sure?
Yeah. The only reason why I know that is because they said it was a top speed NFL's top speed plays of the year, where the player reached the fastest speed. He got one where he was at, I think, 21 miles per hour on a catch, and they were saying that he had a 4.40, so it's not surprising that he would have had one of the top speeds in the NFL on a play.
So he ran the 40. Apparently, Darren Waller, that was when he was in the combine, he ran a 4.43.
Right.
6'3", 240.
I thought he was 6'4", but yeah, that's right though.
But side note, interesting, Vernon Davis holds the record for fastest 40 time by a tight end at 4.38 in 2006.
That's interesting.
That's
interesting. He was, yeah, you're right. He wasn't big.
Nigga, you know, I just kind of side note, he's one of like the unsung heroes. Like I think
all tight ends, I think that position is an unsung hero position. But go ahead, continue your statement. I
just was going to say, like, you think of the Shannon Sharps, Darren Waller's a great, the list goes on, Antonio Gates, all, but Vernon Davis,
Tony Gonzalez,
that, I just kind of came to my mind.
I think tight ends in general are an unsung hero position because you're the best of both worlds. I'm cool with the offensive line, right? Because I help them block.
Right.
But I still go out. I'm cool with the wide receivers too, because I still go out and they see my hands.
I make play. That is kind of.
So cool. I'm invited to either one of y'all's barbecues. I can go to the offensive line shit. I may even get a watch from the quarterback at the end of the year because I block for him. But at the same time, I got hands, and the wide receivers notice that. So I'm good all around. I'm good with the skill position guys. I'm good with the hard-nosed blockers. I'm good with whatever.
Right, and you're doing two different drills at practice every day, too, with blocking and catching.
Right, and you think about all the great wide tight ends that we got. It's a lot of them, but there's only a select few greats. You know what I'm saying? Like Shannon Sharp, Tony Gonzalez, they're in their own.
Antonio Gates
goes in there too. I was just about to say his name as well.
Mm-hmm.
But they're in their own group, right?
Hey, don't forget it, Cliff. Don't forget about. I'm gonna hit you with some shit. Don't forget
You
about
might
your
have
boy,
to put Gronk in there too.
Cliff. Don't forget about your boy. Yeah, and don't
You
forget
might
about
have
your
to,
boy,
just statistically.
don't forget about your boy Algie Crumpler. You remember him back in
I
the
do
day
remember Crumpler.
for Atlanta? Yeah, there's a couple. But you're right. But
But he
you're
doesn't go. He doesn't go in there though. Crumpler doesn't go in there with them, with the Gonzalez, Sharps, and Gronks.
yeah, Gronk. Yeah, you
And
know
the
what?
Gates. Nah, you don't go in there.
You almost got to give it. I know his career was short lived because of what he did in suicide, but Aaron Hernandez was on a path. He was like, we'll give him that.
Aaron Hernandez was going to be great.
He was
going to be great.
So, Cliff, to your point, are you talking about all time? What the tight ends, right? You was talking about kind of all time, like who you'd put up there.
Oh,
they
right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that was.
Cliff. Well, okay. So you got Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce is in that group. Well, approaching that group.
Cliff, they got Kellen Winslow up here, the original Kellen Winslow.
Yeah.
I got his dad up there. Though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jason Witten, Greg Olsen.
Witten.
Dallas Clark. Remember him with Peyton Manning up in and Marcus Pollard? Dallas. Bro, they have some tight ends.
But they don't go in that group though. None of them go in the group with the Shannon, Tonys, Antonios. Like those are your standout elite wide receivers.
Right.
I don't know, or I'm tight ends. I'm sorry. I don't know if it gets better than a Shannon Sharp, Tony Gonzalez.
You remember? Well, according to this is from athlonsports.com. They have the top 25 tight ends of all time. They've got some of these guys in here, but of course it's just their opinion. It's not obviously like But I see what you're saying now.
Well, you said top what? 45.
Top 25.
See, so when you think of greats, I don't see it being over 5, 10 at the max. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You put 25 in there, and there's going to be a lot of guys that from let's say 12 to 25 that aren't holding a candle to 1 through 5.
Right, that's true.
You feel what I'm saying? That's why I think that's a little too big of a window. Especially if we're talking about like the all-time greatest tight ends.
They got your boy Rob Gronkowski at number 2 and Tony Gonzalez at number 1.
And where's Shannon?
They got Shannon Sharp at, I wanted to say number 4, but let me verify.
I can see you putting Tony ahead of Shannon a bit. Somewhat.
Shannon Sharp number 4. They got Antonio Gates number 3.
Tony was consistent for a lot longer, I will say, but Shannon was it while he was out there. Nobody was fucking with Shannon when Shannon was out there.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if he is a 4. Nobody's fucking with Shannon. Who's 5? And they put, I guess you would. Kellen Winslow
senior, yeah.
I guess you would put Gronk above Shannon based off of wins and I guess that makes sense.
I mean, Gronk is 6'6", Cliff 265. Now Shannon Sharp is a solid dude even still to this day, but I don't think his measurements hold up to that.
Nah. I think he was like 6'4". He was like 6'4", 235.
Kind of undersized a little bit for tight end, would you say?
Who, Shannon? I wouldn't call him undersized.
Like a Kyle Pitts, though, right?
He was a little closer to that. He was like 6'4", 235. Like he wasn't the biggest dude.
His brother was nice though too, Sterling. Remember Sterling? I don't remember Sterling, but you probably do.
I don't.
For Green Bay, his brother. You don't remember his brother?
I don't.
He won a ring with I believe obviously Favre.
I don't remember him.
Yeah, he got an older brother. They're about 3 or 4 years apart.
And that would have been around the time that I was watching Green Bay too.
Mm-hmm.
Do I? I don't know. Doesn't.
Oh yeah, you like Favre. You would think, because Favre's
one of my favorite quarterbacks.
Right.
Well, I guess my favorite quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
Brett Favre's my favorite quarterback.
Yeah, from what you explained to me. But, I mean, kind of like what you were saying. I don't remember where we were going with it, but I mean, Shit, yeah, we were talking about Lamar Jackson, obviously, originally. But yeah, there's no weapons. Lamar
Yeah, he
Jackson,
didn't have nothing.
you don't got,
Andrews is good, but that doesn't count.
that's not enough.
We need speed. We need. I told y'all they need to look in Kadarius Toney. You know the
Man,
Giants is on the defense about letting him go early, so you might as well hop on that train. I would get Kadarius Toney and I would run him short routes and just like almost like I would play Kadarius Toney like a linebacker is supposed to spy a quarterback.
right.
You know, like Kadarius, run your route, the one in your playbook, but then spy Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
If he breaks back to the right, then you run your route back there and be there for him if he needs to dump it off to you.
Right.
And I guarantee you that would be a mean combination because they both shifty as fuck.
Right.
I don't think there's a shiftier wide receiver than Kadarius Toney.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't bring it all together.
I mean, shiftier. I mean, Devontae Smith is pretty shifty.
Nah, he ain't shiftier than Kadarius Toney. He ain't shiftier than Kadarius Toney. They ain't even running end arounds with Devontae like that. Granted, it may be because of injury, because he did get hurt.
They're not running end arounds with Kadarius Toney in the NFL either. That was just in college.
What? Yeah, okay. They definitely are. Not only are they running end arounds with Kadarius Toney, they're running end arounds letting him throw it.
Well, he ain't getting
he ain't getting hella yards or hella stats from him. But I mean, he's broken a couple. I don't think for TDs that I can remember, but he's broken a couple for 15, 20 yards. They're even running end arounds with him and letting him pull up for the pass once he crosses the line.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man. New York's been playing him differently, I'll say. Using him to his strengths.
Right.
And that's exactly why you should take him to Baltimore, in my opinion. You got a wide receiver that can throw the ball too. He's shifty and can keep up with Lamar. Man, do some trick plays and shit.
Let me ask you this. Okay, now
excited.
You gave me a good point. You think that Kadarius Toney's more shifty than Hollywood Brown, Marquise Brown?
Yep.
Hell no.
Yep, I do. I think Marquise Brown is a better all-around receiver. But as far as shiftiness, yeah, definitely. I don't think that there's another one in the league currently.
Let me tell you
than Kadarius Toney.
Let me tell you who's more shiftier and who the Ravens could benefit from right now, realistically.
Who?
Deebo Samuel.
Man, you are nuts. No, that's another no. He's not shifty. Could definitely benefit from him, but he's not shifty like a Deebo Samuels will run you over before he's going sideline to sideline and juking and shit.
I say he's shifty because if you can play wide receiver and running back,
that doesn't equal to shiftiness though. You're all around, but that doesn't mean that you're necessarily shifty. Shifty means you can move from right to left on a dime. Nobody's keeping up with you on cuts, movements, all that. Nah, that's not Deebo Samuels. Deebo will put his head down and run through you before he'll ever try to get out of your way.
Right. Deebo's a beast. Now, I seen an article clip. I want to see what you think on NFL.com about the Cleveland Browns. Where I put my shit at? Anyways, so this is from Jadeveon Clowney.
Yep.
So he's returning to the Browns.
Yeah, I saw that.
And did you see that he said he feels like they have a shot at a championship this season on both sides of the ball? Did you hear about that or see that?
I mean, I didn't hear about the statement. I agree with him though. Especially if Deshaun Watson doesn't get suspended or doesn't get a big suspension.
So you think Cleveland has a chance?
Yeah, I mean, they thought all the analysts and pundits thought they had a chance last year, right? They didn't do anything but improve.
So this goes into my next point. Did you hear the latest on Deshaun Watson?
What about?
Well, Also, according to sources on NFL.com, Deshaun Watson now officially, let me pull it up, has another case against him in this whole trial. Let me pull it up. It said, come on, where's it at? I must have scrolled over it. All right, hold on. So, come on, I just seen it. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know. I know we talked about before, we don't know what the league's going to do with him as far as their own, protocol. So here it goes. It says May 31st, 2022. Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson now faces 23rd lawsuit for alleged sexual assault and harassment.
See, but I can't.
Filed Tuesday. It was filed this past Tuesday.
I can't help but put that into the hands of the powers that be. Because this is what I'm getting at, right? The way you're making it out is that this man is a sexual deviant when it comes to getting massages.
It's not funny, but just the fact the way you said it.
Right. Yeah. But he's a sexual deviant. He's pushing a line. He's towing a line with, right? But he wasn't doing that in Texas.
Right.
You never heard anything in Texas, but now that he wanted to leave, we got 35 fucking, come on.
It is a little different.
Come on. And like I said, and I say it, I always get that preface whenever we have a conversation about this. I am not trying to make lightly of any situation like that. But asking for something is not a crime, in my opinion.
No.
And that's all we've been talking about is him asking for something.
Right.
It's not like he's grabbing these hoes' hands and putting them on his junk. He's not doing that.
Allegedly.
Yeah, alleged. I don't know what he's doing. Let's be honest. Clearly, he's doing something to be on their radar like that. But I think it just comes down to a great player. And we all know that the NFL has tried to control black men in the league with a bunch of different ways. And we know from Emmett Till, a white woman saying shit has always been a weak point in our lives.
Right. I just don't know, Cliff, if the Browns will get a good return on investment
this year. I don't know.
Yeah, well, like they hope.
But not civil sure. Or not, you can't suspend them for the year. Civil.
Well, Cliff, when you got all these team owners and meetings and the commissioner that are coming together about the business, they'll make whatever decision is best for the business. We all know that.
But it's not about the business, right? Because we know business-wise, motherfuckers are coming out to Cleveland to see Deshaun Watson at quarterback.
If he plays, but we also know the other side of the people who are advocates for feminists and women's rights and stuff like that. If they
listen, I'm an advocate for women's rights, but that doesn't mean that I'm not just going to jump on a story and be like, "Yep, that nigga's the devil." Like, nah, prove to me something.
I agree, but see, not everyone, of course, thinks like we do. Like, remember the protest we talked about on other podcasts? Was it the Timberwolves game when somebody was over like some chickens or animals? You know what I mean? Cliff, really think about that for a second. You have people really willing to protest over when they seem little to us, such as the animals or whatever.
Nah, I get it. Even that situation. I get it. I get why they would have wanted to protest. You killed 5 million chickens.
Right.
It might not have been 5. I think it was 2 to 3 million. But either way, multi-million chickens. You killed them over a risk of the bird flu.
Mm.
Well, I know some of them had it, and let's be honest, if some of them got it, we can't keep these and cut them up and put them in a Tyson package, knowing that there's a chance these could have had it as well. So I get why but their whole thing was you didn't have to eliminate them like that just because they got it. And even though you didn't have to eliminate them the way you did. Like, they set them on fire type shit. Like, yeah, they burnt them all.
Hitler style.
Yeah, they did them dirty. They did. So I could understand why you protest even that, right? Mm-hmm. And that's something that we know you did it. We know you did it.
Right. Mm.
This is we're still trying to figure out. And me, I'm one of those people. Like, what is it that he did? What did he do?
Right. Like, what is?
Aside from asking for something that you probably shouldn't have asked for.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, closed mouths don't get fed. I've never known asking to be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, worse than they can tell you in life, as they say, is no. You know. Shit.
That's always what I've been told. So I don't know. I don't know I really don't know what's going on with this case, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know, Cleveland. You know, so shout out to Brittany. I know you back on the Browns, but I don't know if you're gonna see your boy Watson this season.
I
mean,
think you'll see him. I just don't know how much you'll see him, and I don't know how much that out of that time that he gets to play that he'll be able to catch a rhythm with him.
That's exactly what I was getting at next. Is how effective is he?
Right. Yeah. But let's be honest, the nigga came out his rookie year and was gonna break the rookie record and got hurt. So that lets you know that he's adaptable. I can come into a new situation and still be me.
Right.
So he may not have an issue with, catching rhythm.
This is true.
You got some good quarterback or good receivers now.
Well, good luck to Jadeveon Clowney on making that bold prediction about them winning a ring potentially, and good luck to Watson on being able to play and do his thing.
And I understand why he's saying it too, because they are getting better each year. Cleveland, that is, defensively.
You think Cliff? So now a question just popped in my head. So do you also think that them as in the Browns? Do you think they didn't let Baker Mayfield go or trade him because they knew that secretly something would come down the pipeline? We
talked about this. We talked about this before. Remember, I said, and if that was the case and I was Baker Mayfield, I would pull a Deshaun Watson and be like, not playing. I know why y'all leaving me here, because y'all knew that there was a chance he wasn't going to play and y'all needed a quarterback. I'm not doing it.
Right. Don't use me as your backup.
Right. If you don't want me here, send me to where I'm wanted. But I'm not about to just try to dig y'all out of a hole and
be a rebound.
Right. Risk my body if y'all don't want me.
Right. Yeah, that's all I had about the Browns. Did you have anything in particular as far as NFL goes? Because there's a couple other things. But
I got one more, and then you can start shooting yours out there. Jacksonville Jaguars running back Travis Etienne says if he could be like Deebo Samuels, I would love that, in his words. And the first thing I thought brought me back, and I know we might have touched on this topic or something close to it in the past. First thing I thought was, is this the evolution again of the running back position in the NFL? We talked about that, because when you look at the two best running backs in the NFL currently as we speak, you got Christian McCaffrey and you got Derrick Henry. Now, Derrick Henry is the prototype old school running back. Like when I came up playing football, that's what you had, Derrick Henry's.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, my nigga, your elbows look like they need to touch a swab on them. Don't be trying to stretch him out.
I've been playing in the dirt with these damn kids all day outside, man.
I ain't even put you on blast, but I did.
Hey, look at you, man. Fuck off, Cliff. Hit the showers early.
I forgot what I was saying. Them elbows distracted me.
Travis Etienne, and Deebo Samuel.
And that's what I was saying. You look at the two best running backs, and you got Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, of course. Derrick Henry being the prototypical old school running back. Christian McCaffrey being the one that is the most emulated, in my opinion. You have more Christian McCaffreys in the league currently than you have Derrick Henrys. Can't really think of another Derrick Henry, but when I think of Christian McCaffrey, I immediately think of Deebo Samuels, Cordero Patterson, Fuck, what's the one dude's name?
Cordero Patterson.
From Atlanta.
Samuel. Yeah, from Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
I think you're
And
talking
then what's the dude?
what team?
The Jets are starting to use the one dude, Barrios. Fuck,
Oh,
what
I
is
don't know
his
about
name?
him. I don't know about him.
They're starting to use him the same way. They don't line him up in the backfield like behind the quarterback, but they're using him for a lot more run plays as well as him going out for the pass. All I'm saying is teams are starting to pick up that it's effective, right? And now that I can see more of them in the league than I can the standard running back, it's like, do we get to a point where there isn't one? Oh, you talking to somebody? That's my biggest question is, do we
No,
get
I heard you.
do
I
we
just got
get
my
to a point where there isn't a quarterback or a running back?
where it's just like a strictly a running back instead of being like a slasher type shit.
No, we're right. Like strictly a running back, like a Derrick Henry, like where teams
Mm-hmm.
are starting to think like, well, why would I get a Derrick Henry when I can get another wide receiver that has the ability to run the ball?
I think Cliff, this is my opinion. I'm gonna throw a shot in the dark. I think the running back position in the NFL is kind of becoming like the point guard and other positions in the NBA, where remember we talk about on Wednesdays or on NBA night. They want guys that can stretch the floor, they can shoot, they can shoot lights out, they can you know. I think it's kind of the same thing with the running back. They want guys that can run the ball, obviously, but they damn near want you to run the ball now, catch it. Like, but Cliff, if you think about it, right, from a business perspective, that's smart. Why would I pay two guys to do separate jobs?
Right.
Pay one to do both, but you're
That's
obviously
that's essentially what it seems like it's getting to.
yeah.
Like okay, so let me take it even a step further, right? What they would almost want is the all-around guy at running back position, like almost like a second quarterback, but I can run the ball, I can catch, I can like to where a wildcat would really be effective.
That would be
Because
crazy.
you got two people back there that can throw, so that may not be a run play or that may not be a screen. He may be looking to throw it again to somebody down the field. If you got somebody back there that can run, catch, and pass,
Dangerous.
it would have to change the entire defensive scheme in the NFL. You might have to add in more formations.
And I wouldn't doubt that, Cliff, because a lot of these wide receivers these days played quarterback at some point back in the day.
And that's what I'm saying. You get people like what was the one dude that the Raiders got for a second? Where'd he come out of? Kentucky? I think he came out of Kentucky. He was a wide receiver, but he ran and he threw the ball as well. And I was thinking, that Mike Brown always says why we get rid of him. I can't think of his name. But I thought the same thing. Because I think those players are the future.
It's the way the league is transcending.
Once these owners start loosening up and allowing more, because you're starting to see it now. You're starting to see them do little trick plays that they never would have done back in the day. I seen a few this past season. So once they start loosening up a little bit more and you really start getting somebody, it's almost like you see it turns into NFL blitz, where you could pitch the ball backwards 3 times and the third time that dude might be open on the streak and it's a touchdown.
Right. Yeah, type shit. I remember that now that you said it too.
And you gotta think about it. If you behind the line of scrimmage, I don't gotta pitch shit back.
No,
we can just throw this bitch as much as we want to back here and wait for somebody to get open. Until we pass the line of scrimmage, we don't gotta do nothing backwards.
Yeah. Shit. That's true. So Cliff, how you feel about your your boy, former Buckeye Justin Fields. He was stated saying, according to NFL.com, that he had plenty of confidence in his wide receiver corps to get the job done.
And his wife, I mean, I think he's supposed to say that. But I don't know of any big names in Chicago.
So I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, I would honestly have to like look that up, like Google that, like Chicago's depth chart, because I can't think of. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have talent there, but
nothing to get the job done.
Yeah, nothing exceptional. I know that. I don't want to say factually because it's not a fact, but I guess it could be though.
They have Byron Pringle, Velus Jones Jr.
When they get Pringle?
Shit, don't get me lying. Let me see. I guess this past season, yeah, because he was in Kansas City. I guess this past offseason. They got him, Equanius St. Brown. He played for the Lions, didn't he? Other than that, David Moore. He played for the Seahawks. Nobody else like it's even worth close to mentioning.
I wouldn't say that's awful. But
that's about to get the job done.
He could. It could very may possibly be telling the truth.
Right.
It's possible. Now the question then becomes, what does get the job done mean? You mean win the Super Bowl? Is that what you said?
That's what I interpret. That's why I was like, wow, okay, Justin.
I don't know if Justin's in a position to where he could tell us what could get the job done.
Right. No. Yeah,
So I wouldn't think that would be what he was talking about, but he may.
Justin, wait a little bit longer, bud, before you go ahead and throw some shit out there like that. It's way too soon.
Listen, second season. You ain't even played a second season yet.
But that's the Buckeye for you, Cliff. I'm sorry. That's how y'all do, man.
Listen, OH. But
man, we didn't talk about this too, Cliff.
Hold up, motherfucker. Don't try to skate. My whole thing is, just because you come from a winning culture, you can't get mad at a motherfucker for expecting to win.
Oh, of course.
He didn't look bad last year.
But he didn't look like Jalen Hurts.
No, he didn't look like Jalen Hurts at all. But that was also Jalen Hurts' second year.
Last year? Yeah, because it was Devontae Smith's first year. Right. But really, hold on, time out, Cliff.
Yeah, he played a couple games, but a couple games sitting the sideline working with professional play makers and all that means something.
Well, he also, that
means something. That boy had to go to class. He still had to go to class.
But he also played during COVID. When COVID hit, you couldn't have the team member.
It don't matter, though. It don't matter. It's still beneficial to sit a pro bench over playing in a college program.
Right.
So he still had a leg up on that, man. Now, next year, judge it. Because you can't be mad. Jalen Hurts can't then be mad at Justin Fields because he got more PT his first year.
Right.
So now this next season, judge it. But you can't judge it first to second. That's what Donovan Mitchell was mad at about Ben Simmons. It's your second year, nigga. You still sat and watched the greats work. You still knew the playbook. That's a step on every other rookie.
Mm-hmm.
So...
But no, I was just gonna say we didn't talk about this too. Also, rest in peace to former cornerback Jeff Gladney. He was killed in a car accident this past Monday morning.
I didn't even see that news. And I'm not sure who Jeff Gladney is.
Rest in peace. I don't want to disrespect.
Right. No, I'm not. That's not what I.
Yeah, he wasn't
I didn't
somebody
mean it like that, but
as far as his football, how do I want to say it, talents went that you would remember as far as being a big name. But most importantly, yeah, he passed away in a car accident. He played for the Arizona Cardinals most recently, and also played for the Vikings before that. But he was only 25 or 26. He was born
a young boy. That's a baby.
Man, 96.
I'm thinking it was like you were saying it like a old.
No, this was a current player in the league that had just went to the Cardinals not too long ago, had got his shine in Minnesota, I guess, and was like Haskins, just young guy, probably around the same age, on the rise. So rest in peace, Jeff Glad.
God bless.
Rest in peace. So yeah, I was just
praying for your family. Yeah, no, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see that. I don't know why I thought we talked about that like offline, but we obviously didn't probably. But yeah, man. Once again, as we all know, life is short. So,
so live it up.
Right now, something else I had seen. I'm kind of looking here, man. I got fat fingers. I'll be scrolling too quick, lose my spot. So. Okay. Aaron Donald. This is something that's been talked about all week. Did you hear about, Cliff, you personally, before we get into it, kind of Aaron Donald's comments on how he feels about playing and what's next for him and all that?
I ain't hear no comments from you.
Aaron Donald, I don't personally know him, but we're from the same neighborhood in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so shout out to him for him and his success and all that. But, bruh, I'm a little confused by what you really are trying to do. So, Aaron Donald has been stated saying in interviews, basically to sum it up, I don't need football. I'm good. Basically, I can be done. I can retire right now. Like, I really don't care to play.
Nah, I don't.
But he also says, I did love the feeling of winning a ring, so I do want to, recapture that moment.
Okay, I follow your.
This kind of reminds me, remember the Trevor Lawrence situation clip before the draft when people were getting on him? And I get that was before he, Aaron Donald's obviously proved himself. He's not a rookie. But I'm just saying, remember when we all got onto him like, man, why would you, we may know.
It sounds very one foot in, 1 foot out.
Exactly. You may have the greatest intent, but
right. And this ain't a 1 foot in, 1 foot out game.
Like I would tell you that, like you as I consider family, Cliff, I really could be done. I don't care. I'm not gonna tell that to them because what are your teammates gonna think? Right. Your coach. And if you don't have a good season, they're going. Well, you probably wouldn't fucking try. Remember that you did,
right.
Like, bro, what are you doing?
But at the same time, it beyond him being proven. You looking at a top 5 defensive player of all time type shit.
Whoa, what?
Aaron Donald?
Hold on, Cliff. Hold up. I just want to clarify. I got to ask my clarifying questions.
Yes, of all time type shit. He has the potential of going down.
We're not talking about the position of defensive end. You're making the bigger picture assumption and saying defensive player.
Yeah.
Potential top 5 of all.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying there's been a lot of amazing, great defensive.
You're right. Right. But I also have never seen somebody, and especially from the defensive line position, that had that much of an impact on the game.
I've seen better. Rest in peace as a memorable all-time Hall of Fame hit the showers. Reggie Whitecliff. You remember Reggie Whitecliff?
I remember Reggie White, man. You just a fucking eagle, man. That's what that is. Because I was hoping you was going to say Lawrence Taylor or somebody.
No. I'm talking about, I was nice. I specifically even went to the defensive line. I could have, because if I wanted to, Cliff, I could have said Ed Reed.
What?
What?
No, sir.
crazy. You older.
No, sir.
You seen more football than me.
No, sir.
Okay,
But
Cliff.
see that I think because what I think is happening here is I think that you're not acknowledging.
I got to pull up his stats. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do.
And it goes way beyond stats because, like I said, having an impact on a game. Like there are a lot of positions you can have an impact on a game, and let's be honest, safety would have to be top 5 of them. Because if you can't throw, you can't move the ball. And if I keep getting picks, that means offense stays on the field. Right. But from a defensive line standpoint, somebody that could literally control games like Aaron Donald, I haven't seen it done like that.
Okay, Cliff, let me give you another one. What about that bad man back in the day, Lawrence Taylor for the motherfucking Giants, to put the fear of God in people? It could take over a game just off of defense. What about him, Clifford?
My nigga, we can't. Are we doing the same show?
Yeah.
Are we doing the same show? Did you not hear me say when you said Reggie White and I said, see, you're just the eagle, I was hoping you said someone like Lawrence Taylor?
Okay, now I want to talk about it. Right.
Okay, yeah, well, get it back right.
You're right.
Get it back right then. Yeah, no, I can put him up there. Yeah, Lawrence Taylor was one of the ones I loved watching back in the day.
Because Cliff, here's my thing, real quick. Let me give you. Okay, I just want to see what you think. So this website's called thegruelingtruth.com. Again, just opinions, perspectives, take it how you want. I just want to see if you would put Aaron Donald potentially in the top 5 or over any of these guys they have in the top 5. So, come on, man, an ad popped up. All right, so they got number 1, Lawrence Taylor, who we just talked about.
I'm not willing to put him over.
But I'm saying you would put him up there with.
Yeah, I'm putting him up there with him.
Deacon Jones. You won't remember him. He was part of the foursome.
Right.
Ray Lewis, Cliff.
I actually think that they're on the same plane. Like, I like Ray Lewis's game a lot more than Aaron Donald's. But what I'm getting at is that anything this way is done.
What do you mean this way?
Like anything my way, you run anything my way, it's over.
Oh yeah, for the most part. But hold up, because I mean, yeah, but Aaron Donald was getting slowed down a lot in the playoffs.
Listen, but the only reason that Ray was like that is because you got to understand, playing a defensive line position, and he played out of the tackle sometimes too. You got instant, what's the word I'm looking for? Instant force from the snap of a ball. Soon as the ball snaps, you're putting hands on me trying to keep me from. Being a middle linebacker like Ray Lewis, I'm waiting to react. Nobody's here to stop me from making any moves. So if you throw it there, I'm cutting to the ball and somebody's going to have to get in my way to stop me from making a hit. It's a lot harder to be impactful from that defensive line position than it is from that middle linebacker position. That's half the reason why I say I don't understand why the middle linebacker position has died altogether.
Right.
Because if you have a middle linebacker, you have somebody that can intercept the ball, somebody that can blitz, somebody that can stop a run at the line. Like it's somebody that can spy the quarterback. Like the options are endless with the middle linebacker, and we just don't use it in this era of football.
Well, Cliff, I don't know about you, but growing up, I was always told the middle linebacker is the quarterback of the defense. I don't know what happened. I don't know where the value
I was too. That was my first position when I first started playing football. I was middle linebacker.
Same. That's yep. I loved it. I
did too. I got MVP that my mom wouldn't even let me play football.
I remember you saying
My
that.
dad snuck me to practices and just invited my mom to the game one day, and she saw me out there working and was like, "Oh yeah, he can do it. He can play. That's what he's supposed to be out there
Well,
doing, banging his head around."
well, then you know what? Then your little bro might owe you a quick thank you because it sounds like you might have paved the way for him to get to play, for Dom to get to play. You know, to be honest.
Listen.
Because had you not got to play and she shut it all down, I'm sure she would have done the same with him. So shout out to you.
She definitely would have done the same for him. Cause I ain't trying to send my little nigga. That's my nigga to the end, but he wasn't the same way he is now growing up.
Oh, right.
He was, and I'm not sitting. He had a lack of discipline. He just did what he wanted, and then he got on sports, and it was like he fell in love. But it wasn't like he was always. Listen, my dad had me in there bench pressing it. That was my grandma still talks about to this day. I remember I turned 4 and he bought me a bench press, a child bench press set that you fill with sand.
No shit.
I was training. He had me training from the day I could walk.
Your dad probably had a whole game plan and workout for you before you came out.
He did. Yeah. I hated it too, and my mom didn't like it either.
Builds character, but I mean, yeah, Cliff. I mean, potentially in the end, does Aaron Donald have the potential to have that kind of impact? Yep. Yes, of course.
Definitely.
Does he end up doing it? Because again, to finish off the last at 4 and 5, they got Reggie White, which we talked about.
I didn't say he is though.
Right.
I said he can be.
Right, and they got Ronnie Lott rounding it off at 5.
Love Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott.
Those are some big shoes to fill, Cliff.
He's 6 then.
Mean Joe Green's at 6, Cliff.
I don't even think. I like Joe too. I don't even think.
Dick Butkus at 7.
Replace him with Reggie White. Where is Aaron Donald?
Man,
Mel Blunt with Aaron Donald.
Mel Blunt number 9.
Where is
some of these niggas I don't know.
Where is William Perry?
The fridge. Let me see if he's on here. You think he'd be on here?
He was one of my favorite defensive players back in the day too.
On this opinionated list on this website, they don't have the fridge.
They don't got William Perry on there.
No, but they do got your boy Darryl Green, who you talked about not too long ago, offline, I think. And,
I didn't like him when he played because he played for my stepdad's team. He played for the Redskins.
I don't like them. I don't
either. Yeah.
Like them. Oh, next time I see him, I gotta get on that ass.
You sure do.
How's Wentz? Let me ask him. How's Wentz?
Listen, he's upset about. I asked him too. He's upset about that too.
You don't like it? Yeah, maybe someday.
But he said he does think they have a chance of doing something with him, though. They can. I mean, Wentz isn't awful like people make him out to be. It's just a matter of how healthy is he going to be.
Yeah, in the consistency, like
right,
you said.
But he's not awful.
He's not. I know I give him a lot of shit. He really isn't, because I loved him that first year in Philly. I really
Everybody did.
Oh, I was riding his coat waves, man.
Everybody did. I was even looking at him like, look at this motherfucker out here.
Remember Cliff? The first year he was on pace to win MVP for a little bit. Like he was, and then he got hurt, and then things changed. But he was on pace. They said, I remember that.
Right.
Pace. But anyways, man, Aaron Donald could definitely be one of the best to ever do it when it's all said and done. I think I can agree on that. I just don't know again if I'd put him.
He can't do it 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, that's another thing. Them guys
can't do it like that. You gotta. If you gonna do it, you gotta be committed.
Right.
Yeah.
And charges have been dropped, by the way, against Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy. I don't know if you heard about that. Charges were dropped.
I didn't hear about that.
He was in.
What was he? Nah, don't bring it up. It's over anyway.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, we don't bring up bullshit. If it's over, it's over. Charges drop.
Hey, this is interesting, Cliff. So, did you know that I can't say his first name, but Dominic Sue has not been re-signed to the Bucs or any team, and I seen a debate about it on I believe it's like First Take or Undisputed. They talked about, do you think Sue would be a Pro Bowler? Dominic Sue, if he were to retire right now, would he be considered a Pro Bowler?
I mean, I think so. I think people just don't like the way he plays.
Because to be honest, Cliff, now that I think about it, I know we just ended the Aaron Donald conversation. That's a guy who wasn't Aaron Donald before Aaron Donald. Because he was dirty. He was Sue, and he's always bullied people.
I've always liked this play too. I like somebody with a mean streak. I enjoy that kind of play.
Don't step on my motherfucking ankle though, Cliff. You feel me? Don't.
Nah, I ain't doing no shit like that. But
yeah, Sue was just doing some. Remember, he was doing some foul shit.
I like a player that has a mean streak to him.
But
he wasn't controlling a game. He couldn't control the game from that position.
You don't think so? Even in Detroit, you probably said that because he was on Detroit. And they didn't win, which I understand that. But
I mean, just getting the sack isn't controlling the game. Well, just getting to the quarterback isn't controlling the game. Yes, it takes a down away, but that's not what I mean when I say Aaron Donald controls the game.
Right. Well,
like you seen it from that the Super Bowl, the infamous stop. Dude tried to run it up the middle, and he just held him back with his arm. No, not my way, not my direction.
Right. Well, the point that I was kind of getting at too, which makes it interesting, is since the Bucs have not re-signed the Dominic Sue, nor have any other team in Dominic Sue, in Dominicu.
Now you got me fucked up.
I can't say it, but Sue.
I'm not gonna try it. Right.
The Bucs have went ahead and what I believe have signed his replacement, former Bears defensive tackle Akeem Hicks, to 1-year deal. You heard? Is that a shot? Is it going down that side of your crib?
I don't think so.
Oh shit.
I
was just saying, Bucs had signed what I deemed to be Sue's replacement in former Bears defensive tackle Akeem Hicks to a 1-year deal.
I mean, Sue's getting up there. I hope that the Bucs don't think that he was the hole in their game.
Right.
They need more than that if they expecting to get back to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Tom Brady can't do it himself.
He can't.
So yeah, no, nah, but I think whoever gets him next is getting a prize for at least a year.
Yeah, I think Sue definitely could still help a ball team.
Right, maybe 2.
I wish we would pick him up in Philly or something. We definitely could use somebody like that.
Listen, I would like to have him on. Fuck
you know what is funny? I'm surprised he never played for the Raiders. That's a Raiders kind of guy. Let's be honest.
He is. I mean, but this is the ass end of his career. But I mean, I would still take him on a 1 year.
Yeah.
I would give him a 1 year, 10 milli.
It doesn't hurt.
Maybe 8 to 10, yeah.
Doesn't hurt. And also, I don't think we discussed this before on any shows, but I see that Malcolm Butler has returned to the Patriots.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, Malcolm Butler has a lot to prove, it says on NFL.com, in return to Patriots.
No, I didn't know that.
You think that he can help, obviously, build off what the Patriots had last season and make them make a run at anything?
Yeah, no, I definitely think they can build. I don't know about making a run at anything. That takes more than a Butler.
Yeah.
You know, like just him coming back isn't enough for them to get over that hump. I mean, they made the playoffs last year. That was good for them.
Still need more pieces.
Yeah, we got to see what kind of guy Mac Jones is for real.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see who you really are.
I agree. Also, Cliff, I know that you personally stated offline that you will not be purchasing Madden NFL 23, unlike myself. And the reason why I decided that I will definitely be purchasing,
because they gamed y'all up with the new game features.
Definitely be, they not just that. Because I sent you the video, yes. Or I tagged you on Facebook.
I gamed you up.
But, Cliff, they got the legendary, rest in peace, John Madden to grace the cover of Madden NFL 23. Got to do it for my man. And you think you would? He coached your team. Took y'all to the promised land. Got a game named after a man that coached your punk-ass team. Matter of fact, made the Raiders what they are today.
First of all.
Okay, go ahead.
You fooling yourself, first of all. That's first and foremost. Fooling yourself. Secondly, I respect Big Dog, but I don't give a fuck about a cover.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is I enjoy Madden, but I don't play it enough.
I don't either.
It's not even, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's not diverse. It's not. It's really like
it's
simple. It's basic. Like it's very straightforward.
Right. Like that. You haven't done anything to innovate the game to where motherfuckers would wanna be on it all day.
They don't.
If they had a Madden 2K, I'd be on that. I'd be on that more than I'd be on 2K.
They did for a little bit in a way, like me too. But like, it was kind of like you'd play backyard football, or you'd play with people, or you'd play. They kind of did it include that, I believe, last season.
But they ain't done it right, clearly, because if they have, people would be on that shit.
But I agree. No, they didn't do it right.
People would be on that shit.
But yeah, I'm gonna get it because of definitely John Madden. I fucked with him. Rest in peace. And like I said, I just want to see with some of the rookies, a lot of the switch ups this offseason mainly.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun game to play, don't get me wrong, but I'm good with playing against the motherfucker that got the system. I'm not gonna be online doing it myself.
Right.
That's really why.
Yeah, and I also, Cliff, seen something that's good for both our teams, according to NFL.com. It said NFL's most improved teams in 2022, ? Raiders, Eagles, Chargers among 6 rosters on the rise this offseason. How you feel?
I think the Eagles should go on there. I think the Raiders would go on there by default. I don't know necessarily what the Chargers have done.
Hey, what's that popular sandwich at McDonald's, Cliff? Starts with big, it ends with what? Mack, baby, Mack. Khalil Mack is in Los Angeles,
and
Cliff.
that's a hell of an increase.
Depending on who's calling it, you know what I mean. But I see what you're saying.
I would go more so with Detroit.
Aiden with the rookies, Aiden Hutchinson and them boys.
Yes, man, Detroit has gotten better.
Like Cliff, your quarterback is still. I keep forgetting Jared Goff. I be forgetting his name.
Jared Goff is Matt Stafford.
Man,
they're the same.
I don't think so, man.
They're the same. Matt Stafford wasn't beating Belichick and Tom Brady.
Hell no.
Matt Stafford could barely get past Cincinnati. You think that he's beating Belichick and Tom Brady? Nah, he's not. So,
but
I
did
think
you think
motherfuckers
Nick Foles,
need to put more respect on Goff's name.
Did you think Nick Foles and Doug Peterson were going to beat Belichick and Tom Brady back in 2017? No, because I sure the hell didn't. And I'm an Eagles fan.
No, nobody did think that. And I think that was that they got the element of surprise off in that. Because let's think about Matt Ryan. That motherfucker had a 27 what? Fuck. So that lets you know what Brady and Belichick is for real.
That's true.
So you got a Goff going against that. And then you got a fucking Matt Stafford going against Cincinnati. And I was incorrect. They had made it to the Super Bowl. I think it was back in the 80s.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, I was incorrect. I said, what was that? They first time? Nah, they had made it back in the 80s. But still, yeah. Regardless, you struggling with a team like that. Meanwhile, Goff almost winning against a team like that. How the fuck is we just saying Matt Stafford's better all of a sudden? Just because he's on the better team now?
Man,
Goff never had them weapons like that.
he had a few.
He had weapons, but he didn't have none like that.
Cooper Kupp. He had Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. He just didn't have Beckham.
Was Cooper Kupp on that team?
Hell yeah, Cliff. Cooper Kupp's been there since for a minute now. Like his whole career since he's been playing so far.
He just wasn't targeting him.
Thank you. So Cliff, if we got the same weapons and I utilize mine better, is that my fault?
But did you though? But did you utilize yours better, or did you just utilize yours against the worst team? Against an unprepared team? What was it exactly? Yes. Because at the end of the day, the Bengals and the Patriots are two fucking different teams. I don't care if you do got a fucking lost my nigga's name. I don't care if you do got a
Mac Jones?
No.
Joe
Burrows. Still two completely different teams.
Put it this way. If you would have put
you barely winning against a Burrows in a Cincinnati, and LA had a chance to win that game against the Patriots.
Put it this way. You put Jared Goff in that situation against Cincinnati on that team in LA, he wouldn't have won that championship. Joe Burrow walks away as a champion.
I mean, those are shoulda, coulda, wouldas. We would never know the answer.
So that's why I'm saying Matt Stafford.
But what I do know the answer to is that he was a lot closer with I won't say a lot closer, but he was close with a Patriots team. Matt Stafford struggled with a Bengals team.
Right.
That's at the end of the day. Goff didn't have an Aaron Donald. Goff didn't have all that.
Well, wait a minute. Aaron Donald's been in the league for some time. He had Aaron Donald.
Well, let me rewind. Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp, not the same players.
Okay.
Were they the same players then as they are now?
I mean, according to you and damn near the rest of the world, Aaron Donald been dominant damn near since he came into the league.
Aaron Donald has been doing his thing, but he's not dominant consistently every year.
That's up for discussion.
Not to this level of dominance, will I say. And that's not, I don't even think that's up for discussion.
Man.
That's what I'm going to say.
Fuck all that. Kyler Murray attends Cardinals OTAs amid contract dispute.
No, Matt Stafford ain't shit. Fuck all that.
Matt Stafford's the man. Quit hating, Cliff. You'd love to have a Matt Stafford in Las Vegas, I bet.
I would trade him. For him.
Imagine him and Devontae Adams, boy, in there.
I would trade for him.
I would too. I'm not going. Wait a fucking minute. No, that wasn't Matt. No, we didn't have Matt. We had I'm trying to think. My Eagles. Who's that white quarterback we had? He played for the Rams. It wasn't Matt Stafford. It was Anyways, that don't matter. It just kind of dawned on me. I remember we got somebody randomly one year that reminded me of Matt Stafford type. I don't remember who it was.
You thought that what?
Sam Bradford. Remember him? He was trash, man. That nigga was trash.
You said Matt Stafford type.
He was at first, because Sam Bradford was doing his thing before he came to Philly. And I thought he was going to shine in Philly. That nigga was trash.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Kyler Murray's back at OTAs amid contract disputes. So what you think? He works it out?
Is this his mandatories?
It just says OTAs.
Okay.
Kyler Murray's dramatic offseason isn't keeping him from offseason activities.
Yeah, Kyler Murray going to baseball. Because regardless of him showing back up to the OTAs, that don't mean that the team's still behind you.
Right.
And the team definitely had an issue with a lot of the way you handled the end of last season.
Yeah, you're supposed to be a leader.
We'll just leave it at that. So,
Stephon Tuitt, Cliff, Steelers defensive line. Interesting. Announces retirement after 7 seasons. He's my age, 29 years old. Why so soon?
nigga, what you mean? 7 seasons of getting beat on. You don't know what kind of injuries he picking up.
29 years old for defensive lineman? No, that's a little early if you ask me.
I don't know. But
yeah, other than that, as far as this is big. Long time, we always throw him in the category. Long time NFL quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick retiring after 17 seasons.
Is that big?
It's big because to me, Cliff, I don't know if you agree. And I got this word from you, so I'm going to use it on a previous podcast. And you called him this before, you and your pops. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the most ultimate journeyman that I've ever seen in the NFL. All the teams that he's played for, especially at that position. Like not saying people haven't changed teams a lot of times in the past. That hasn't happened before. But as a quarterback, he has been the ultimate journeyman, I feel like, in the NFL.
Well, that's exactly why I wonder if that's big. Like that I don't know if that's big news because of that information.
Well, I just say it's big to me because the journeyman's ending his journey. You know, all the teams he played for. Because I seen this clip right after he announced he retired. Somebody had this video, and it was all these fans, Cliff, and they had on Ryan Fitzpatrick jerseys, right? But the interesting thing about it is they were all a different team, and there was like I don't know, so many. Like it was a lot of different people. Like, well, I'm like, they might even know he played for that team,
right? Right.
At a point, but anyways, I think that's why it's not big as far as like his career, like that he did anything. I just think it's big as like the journeyman is, like I said, it is over. He's done traveling. This is it. He never worked out. He was the journeyman that traveled, and it never worked out anywhere.
Well, goodbye.
See you later. Hasta luego. Hasta luego.
All that shit. Goodbye.
I mean, also, Niners center Alex Mack retires after 13 seasons and 7 Pro Bowls. Okay, that's tough too, though. The center, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from him. I don't got nothing for that.
No, I'm just saying, as far as their replacement goes, that's your quarterback's right hand man. So you can't just put anybody in there. Hopefully, they get another.
Is it though? Is it your quarterback's right hand man?
Yeah, because if the guy is getting you the ball and getting you the ball quick enough, fast enough, or the correct way, or making you fumble, the snaps. How many times in practice? I don't know about you, growing up, or you just seen some awful centers, couldn't get the snaps right,
I've seen some awful centers,
right?
But I feel like even still, certain people can be trained center. I mean, in an NFL standpoint, it's a little different, of course. Any Pro Bowl center that you have is going to be hard to replace. But
right.
I don't want to say I'm not too concerned, with replacing a Pro Bowl center. But I feel like there are a lot of centers less than in the league that have, still maintained their position.
Right.
So it kind of makes me lean towards OL.
Well, hey, good luck to them Niners. Outside of that, I did just have, let's see here. Oh, so Frank Gore, did you see that he officially retired, signed a 1-day contract?
So he can retire as a 49er, yeah.
Number 3 all-time rusher. Shout out to him. 16-season career. That's amazing.
Now he gets to continue his boxing career.
Man, that motherfucker. He didn't do too bad, they said, Cliff.
I don't know if I would say he didn't do too bad. He just got a knockout.
Well, that's impressive for your first, but hey.
That wasn't his first, though.
It wasn't?
Nah, he fought on the, He fought on that one undercard with
Watson in there too.
Nah, with Chad Johnson. When Chad Johnson fought that MMA fighter.
That Johnson got his ass beat, boy.
Nah, he won that fight.
Did he?
Yeah, he won that fight.
Okay, I don't know why. I guess I was thinking of Nate. Yeah, Nate got his ass beat. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but he fought on that. It might not have been the same card, but he fought that night though. I know that for a fact. But yeah, not good for Frank Gore.
Yeah, good old Frankie Gore. Yeah, he was nice. And then really the last update that I have, definitely want to get your take on this. AJ Brown believes Eagles have 2 number 1 wideouts in himself and Devontae Smith.
Well, first, I don't know how you can have 2 number 1s. That's first.
I guess he's trying to give him credit and say they're tied instead of saying someone's better.
That's first. But AJ Brown ain't been around for a while. We need to see
what you can do.
Yeah, before you can make that statement.
So a little too soon, kind of like Justin Fields, you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, I think I have to agree on that because I need to see how your chemistry is with the team with Jalen Hurts. Are you injury prone? Can you play ball consistently, and what you do when you do?
Listen,
but good luck. But good luck to him, though. So
yeah, all that.
That's all I got. What you got?
I ain't got shit, man.
Ain't got shit but a hope and a dream.
Hope and a dream.
And maybe a couple and maybe a couple extra dollars by the end of the night, right?
Listen, maybe we gonna see. I'm still debating on if I'm going to watch that fight tonight.
Well, either way, you know where I'm gonna be at right after we hop off. Fingers on the game. But yeah, man. What? Back at it next Wednesday, Cliff?
Yeah, who hit the showers?
Oh.
All right, you on the bullshit.
You know what?
I hit the showers.
Yeah, who do I want to hit them?
I gotta give it to Rolly. I'm gonna give it to Rolly Romero for I get it, talking that talk, trying to sell you a fight.
Yeah, that motherfucker definitely hit the shower.
You was just talking crazy, man. At the end of the day, that's just crazy talk.
Yeah, that man trash, man. I'm gonna say, I've got mine. My hit the showers is Kevin Durant, man. Boy, Twitter fingers turn into trigger fingers or whatever you want to say. Kevin Durant, stop, just stop. Quit being so sensitive. Stop trying to act Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless. You know that, Cliff, we always talk about this. You know that's their jobs to critique and pick everybody or say. I'm not saying their stuff is always right, but that's why their opinions and that's why they have the jobs they do.
All right.
Making things so personal, bro. Who cares? Tom Brady gets talked about. Michael Jordan still gets talked about. And that motherfucker remembers. So Kevin Durant, just so you know, bro, when you retire, they're still going to talk about you even after that. Live with it.
I mean,
so hit the showers, man. KD, quit crying.
KD gonna hit him. Shit. Do we got anything to take us out?
Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Back next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And all that. And good luck to may the best fighter win tonight.
I ain't never seen a headrest on the beach.
Well, 22, Cliff, we got new things happening here.
I ain't never seen a headrest on the beach. My niggas stunting. We out this bitch.
Yep. Peace, y'all.